I want to change one paradigm around. One popular paradigm is from the mind, which says, oh, this is too simple, therefore it cannot be it. It is too simple, therefore it cannot be it. So you must replace that notion if you have to use a notion. Best is notionless. But if you have to use a notion, you have to say this is so simple that it must be it. Being is the only thing free from complexity. Just to be. Being is being. It has zero complexity. That's why I've been saying recently that your simplest discovery will be your greatest one. What did Ashtavakra say? He said, the mind is complex. Let it go. What are you most naturally? Effortlessly. Nothing on the surface has to change also. Even before you can try to become effortless. They say, what are you effortless? But even before that, you just are. You just are. That is why the attempt to find God is such a paradox. Because you could not get rid of God if you tried. When I ask you, can you stop being? It's the same as asking, can you be rid of God? You just are. So how is this master trick played? What is the trick of the mind? There's only one trick it has to convince you that this being, this existent being, is something individual or personal. It is not God. It is not consciousness. It is not unlimited. That is all that it is doing. Everything else is actually showing you your truth. It is only our interpretation coming from this mind which creates this notion of separation. So when you check, can I stop being now? This being that you are discovering about yourself is not a personal entity, is not individual, it has no boundaries, it is not existent in time. Time is existent in it. It is not existent in space. Space is existent in it. It itself is beyond all ideas of space and time. There is an aspect of you which has not aged, isn't it? Our body has aged, our ideas have become old, And sensations and emotions we have experienced for a long time. They seem old. But there is something about you which is beyond this time, which is the perceiver of the movement that we call time. Or to put it more accurately, the movement of objects through which we infer time. Your very existence is not participating in this limited realm of time and space. So if the question, can I stop being, is the coin that we are using to scratch the surface, and you come across this presence without going to your interpretation, your mental interpretation of this presence, see if you can remain with just your inner insight about it, your tasting, your direct tasting of it. Stay in the tasting of your being. Because if you give it to your mind, you know what happens, Guruji says? You bring chocolate cake to the mind and it only mixes mud in it. So as you're tasting your being, if you quickly go with just your interpretation of it, it will say bird. Where is the bliss? Bird. This can't be it. Bird. How long will we engage with this cellar of doubt? How long will you continue to doubt your very being, your very existence? There will come a time where no notion will do to describe yourself. My invitation is that this time is now. This is what I mean when I say everything that we can say after I am is a story, is a lie. Because this I am is beyond description. And as we leave this presence, unharassed, unmolested by notions, then all of you also might say, as Master Bankei said, all things are perfectly resolved in the unborn.